If you feel like the entire marketing playbook is changing faster than you can keep up, well, you're not wrong. So today, we're going to break down the 3 fundamental shifts that are rewriting the rules and look at the new strategies that are actually working right now.
And look, that's not an exaggeration. The real problem is that the ground rules for Google, for AI, for social media, they've been completely rewritten. Seriously, what worked for you just a few months ago might already be totally obsolete today.
So let's be super clear. This isn't just some small update. It's a fundamental shift in how we have to think. Instead of casting this wide, generic net with old-school SEO, we're now basically using a spear to target these hyper-specific customer needs. Forget manual analysis. That's giving way to AI-powered execution. And maybe the biggest change of all, we're not just targeting demographics anymore. We are capturing attention with creative that calls out directly to our audience.
Okay, so let's dive into our first big shift, search. How people find information is no longer just about ranking #1 on a classic search results page. The game has changed, and honestly, the winners are the ones who are adapting the fastest.
This slide right here illustrates the new mindset perfectly. The old goal was all about vanity, ranking for these broad, ego-driven keywords like best auto shop. The new goal is sanity and profit. It's about ranking for high-intent, super-specific terms like emergency brake repair in Dallas. One builds your ego, the other, well, that one actually builds your bank account.
And this isn't just some theory. The results are absolutely staggering. By focusing on sanity over vanity, one local auto shop saw a 117x return on their investment. And get this, they did it in just 11 months.
So how did they pull that off? Well, they stopped doing what everyone else was doing. They completely killed their generic catch-all services page. Instead, they built what they called money pages, each one hyper-focused on one specific profitable service. They built trust using real, kind of messy photos of their actual team, not those sterile stock images. And they strategically linked all their content together to prove their authority to Google. It's brilliant.
And you know what? This new reality isn't just for Google. If you want your content to get featured as a source in AI answers from engines like ChatGPT or Perplexity, you have to structure it differently. That's where this bluff method comes in. Bottom line up front. You state your main conclusion immediately, then you back it up with details. You're structuring for machines, not just writing for humans. The AI needs to find the answer fast, and putting it up top makes your content the most efficient source.
This brings us perfectly to our second major shift, learning how to leverage your new AI copilot. AI is no longer some novelty item. It is a fundamental tool for execution and efficiency that's literally changing the nature of a marketer's job.
The biggest mental shift AI requires is this. We have to move from being subscribers to being builders. Instead of paying hundreds of dollars a month for all this off-the-shelf software, the advantage now goes to the people who can use AI to create their own custom marketing tools. And honestly, it's a surprisingly simple 3-step process. First, you connect a custom version of ChatGPT to a live data source using something called an API. Just think of an API as a bridge that lets programs talk to each other. Then you just tell it exactly what you want it to do, and boom, you get real-time insights without a monthly fee. You can build your own keyword spy tool in literally minutes. And beyond just building your own tools, these new AI platforms are unlocking capabilities that were basically science fiction a year ago. You can now use Google's Notebook LM to just paste in a YouTube link and get a clean spreadsheet of all the data inside. Or you can use Toonie AI to generate a complete song and a music video. You can even use Perplexity as your own personal fact-checker to make sure everything you publish is absolutely airtight. Okay, our third and final shift. This one completely flips the script on paid advertising and customer acquisition. If you're running ads the same way you were last year, you are very likely just wasting money.
This single idea, made famous by Alex Hormozy's strategy, explains the biggest shift in Facebook ads since its massive Andromeda algorithm update. That update basically made its AI powerful enough to find the right customers for you. All you have to do is feed it the right creative. Let that sink in for a second. The creative is the targeting. So what's the crucial point here? Stop obsessing over dozens of hyper-specific audiences. The old way was to test audiences. The new way is to test creative hooks. You leave your targeting broad and you let the ad's image, the video, the copy, you let that do the work of calling out directly to your ideal buyer. The algorithm is smart enough to find them if your message is clear.
And this whole principle of letting a high-value asset, like great creative, do the heavy lifting, it goes way beyond paid ads. Some marketers are applying this same logic to local search and are earning upwards of $40,000 a month with a model that's all about creating a valuable digital asset first.
It's called the rank and rent model, and it is a masterclass in modern direct-to-value acquisition. You build a simple asset, a local service website, you get it to rank on Google for valuable terms, and then you effectively rent that asset out by selling the leads it generates to a local business who can actually do the job.
And the workflow here is just brilliant. You build and rank the site, then, instead of some salesy pitch, you find a local contractor and you cold call them with a free lead to instantly prove your value. I mean, who says no to that? Once they see it works, you establish a partnership. It's all about creating the high-value asset first, showing them it works, and then capturing that value.
So we've covered the new rules for search, we've talked about AI copilots, and we've gone through modern growth. So what are the big takeaways? What should you be thinking about for your own strategy right now?
It really all boils down to these three core ideas. First, success in search now lives in the specifics, not the generalities. Second, the biggest advantage comes not from using tools, but from building your own with AI. And third, growth is now driven by your creative, not by some complex targeting spreadsheet.
And that really just leaves one last question. All of these shifts are happening right now, whether we're ready or not. So you have to take a hard look at your own efforts and ask, is my marketing playbook built to win in today's world, or am I still running on the rules of yesterday?